Good morning, lovers of wisdom. Dr. O'Connor here. I am going to be your professor here in our Intro to Philosophy ethics class. So, you'll notice I called you lovers of wisdom. Here's why. This is a philosophy course, and philosophy is the larger subject in which ethics lives. And philosophy literally means the love of wisdom. The philo at the beginning of philosophy is Greek for love, and the Sophia at the end is Greek for wisdom. So literally, it's the love of wisdom. And the wisdom that we're after here in this course is of an ethical nature. And ethics, from another Greek word, ethikos, which means traditions or customs, is really about what behaviors that we choose to exhibit that are in themselves good and also lead to a good life. That's what this course is all about. Good choices leading to a good life. What we're going to be looking at in here is sort of twofold. One, we're going to be looking at various ethical theories from some of the, most famous ethicists in the history of philosophy. We'll be looking at guys like Aristotle and Immanuel Kant and John Stuart Mill. And they are talking about ethical theories because we need a theory. If you're going to say what is a good action, right? Is it good to do this or that? You have to have a criteria by which you decide what the word good means. And one of the difficulties is, as you know, good can kind of change. That criteria can change in given situations, right? Like sometimes if you're pushed into an extreme, circumstances dictate that you have to do things and they're good in that circumstance, which otherwise you maybe wouldn't. So the point of the matter is, when it comes to ethics, trying to discover what is good is actually not very easy. And it also changes from person to person. So anyway, ethics in general is about trying to figure out how to define that good. And how do you know what a good action is? That's the theoretical part of it. That's why we have ethical theory. Then we're also at the same time in this course going to be looking at how you apply what is ethical to our professional lives and our careers, right? So there's a whole, and you actually may have sat through at your work. They may have HR had you go through like a little ethics seminar or something like that. And that's a mini microcosm of the kind of thing that this course is about. That is, how do we come up with the traditions and customs to get along in our professional careers? But then also, how do those companies we work for get along and have good customs and traditions within society at large? So yeah, at the end of the day, this course is all about defining one word: good. And you'll find out, though, the more you think about it, it is a complex word to try to define. But that's ultimately what we're after. And what is good in our lives, and then what is also good in terms of getting along in our business communities. That's pretty much what the course is all about. And you'll find as you look through the syllabus and you look through the weekly modules, it's all pretty predictable. Right? So all of your assignments are the same days all the time, because some of the things we're going to be talking about in here might be a little bit odd at first, because if you've never taken philosophy, you might not be used to the kind of, what's the word? Well, it's abstract, the abstract level that we're looking at. But also in philosophy, we don't take anything for granted. And I think what you might find as you roll through the first few modules of the course is that a lot of the things that we think about in terms of, well, this is how it is. Well, of course, this is what good means. Of course, I know what is right and wrong. You kind of go through this process of realizing that what you think to be absolute and certain is actually one perspective. And there are many different perspectives and different considerations. And so what is normal and certain is actually kind of very often based on the fact that we didn't really question through and look outside of the boxes that we find ourselves in. Anyway, but I think you'll find the course both challenging and rewarding. I know I do. I've been teaching it now for a little over a year, I guess. And I think you'll enjoy the course. You'll also find that I'm pretty much around all the time. If you message me, that's the best way to get a hold of me. And I usually get back to you. I won't guarantee on a weekend, but on a weekday for sure the next day. I actually, during the week, check my messenger probably twice a day, in the morning and the evenings. But anyways, folks, I will leave you to it at this point, and looking forward to working with you in the course.